Hey besties, welcome to Thrice the Drama, the podcast where the tea is hot and three girls talk life, love, glow-ups, red flags, green flags, faith, feelings, and all the drama in between. We're here to laugh, get real, hype you up, and maybe heal a little together. So grab your coffee, water, or wine, and let's get into today's episode.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Well, obviously, today we're talking about mothers.
Yeah. Woohoo! You want to talk about mothers? Has nobody else seen White Chicks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's been so long.
I started saying that, and then I was like, maybe nobody's going to get their reference. I couldn't remember.
Okay, so we're talking about the importance of mothers and how we can celebrate them. We're going to start with what mothers represent. When we think about mothers, we think of...
I think of strength.
I think of comfort.
I think of protection.
And like, for myself, I feel like comfort comes from how I want to be as a mom. And also how my mom was for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I think of my mom, I think of a big warm hug.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for your mom. For me, I feel like protection is definitely a big thing that, well, first of all, that my mom was very big on protection. Obviously, you want to protect your kids, but my mom was very much a mama bear. And I feel like I will end up being the same way. I mean, heck, with y'all's kids, I'm like uber protective. Like, you were telling us something that was happening at Logan's school a few weeks ago, and I was ready to go kick the doors down.
Like, well, y'all should have heard the voice memos.
Y'all really should
have. Kylie yelling.
Basically, yeah. I was mad. I was so mad.
We all were.
But, like, I mean, yes, we were all mad. But I was literally ready to fight somebody.
That school needs to get it together.
I mean, that too. But I remember growing up, like, obviously I thought my mom was, like, a little dramatic growing up because I was like, Mom, that's so not fair. Like, oh, my God. But, like, she was being protective. And I, as an adult and a person wanting to be a mother, I understand now, like, oh, you know what? That makes sense why I wasn't allowed to do that. Or, oh, that makes sense why we had trackers on our phones and stuff like that. Like, okay, you know what? I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I was not happy about it. I feel like being a mom now, too, that I feel the same. Like, I understand what you're talking about because I didn't understand, like, oh, you can't hang out past a certain time. Like, having a... Wow, my brain.
Curfew.
Thank you. Having a curfew. Like, I don't want Rosie out at all hours of the night because there's nothing good that comes after like 10 o'clock, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I completely, like, at the time as a teenager, you're like, oh, this is awful. Yeah, why are you guys doing this to me? And then now as a mom, I understand. So when I was younger, I never really had a curfew. And honestly, I think it's because mom didn't really have a curfew. But I also didn't have friends. So I'm pretty sure that she knew I was not going to be getting up to anything that I wasn't supposed to.
I was the friend.
Yeah, she was my friend. Jennifer was the friend. So, like, she knew, she'll be all right. If we're getting into anything, it's just us being stupid, basically. And we were always smart enough to be stupid, but, like, not be stupid.
Yeah, not like get ourselves into trouble stupid.
Exactly. So, like, any stupid things that we did was probably like going shopping at Walmart at 2 o'clock in the morning for stupid stuff.
Your snacky snacks.
Yeah, snacky snacks after swing dancing.
I really miss Walmart being open 24 hours.
I miss that.
COVID took it away and they never brought it back.
I know. I'm like, you know what? It's been
so nice.
like 6 years, guys. Let's bring it back. Bring it back because I miss my 2 a.m. Walmart. Like,
there was nothing more fun.
No,
yes.
There literally wasn't.
Especially like hanging out with people.
Yes,
so fun.
How do you explain Walmart at 2 a.m.? It was like a fog.
Yes.
Like you were in this haze, and there was just like random people, and they were stocking the shelves, obviously, because it's at night, and you know.
Do it. Yeah.
But like, it was just like you were in this whole other dimension at 2 o'clock in the morning at Walmart. It was really weird.
And like that's the time to act super silly.
Oh my gosh, it was great. Yes, it was so much fun.
Man,
I miss that.
Me too.
So for many of us, our moms were our first home, the first person who held us, protected us, taught us how to exist in this world. And even beyond biology, mother figures can be grandmothers, aunts, sisters, mentors, anyone who steps into being that nurturing role, which I really like because I mean not every like your mom passed away when you were young.
Yep.
And so you get to have those mother figures. Like she's still your mother,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
but you get to have those figures that really helped guide you through the rest of your adult life.
Yeah, I feel like for me that was definitely my grandma, my dad's mom. She was like the sweetest saint ever, and she was. If y'all thought Kylie was crazy, oh man, my grandma was redheaded, and she told everybody that God made her redheaded because He knew she needed a warning label. This woman wrote somebody a letter, chewing them out, telling them that they were the devil's wife just because they hurt one of her grandkids. She drove all the way down from probably a 12-hour drive. I'm not going to say from where to where, but like a 12-hour drive in her 70s.
I love her.
To punch my sister's boyfriend because he had touched her.
That is beautiful.
Like, this lady was Kylie on steroids.
I feel like this will just be me when I'm old.
When I'm that obviously
age.
It will.
Like, it will. Except it won't be a letter. It'll just be a long text message.
She didn't know how to work phones.
I would show up at somebody's door.
Oh, she also had she was Catholic, and she had a statue of the Virgin Mary, which most Catholics do, without a statue of John Wayne. She had her boyfriend crush. I know, amazing. But that's the woman that picked up where my mother left off. So she's amazing.
Aw, cute.
But I also feel like there's a lot of unseen work that mothers do that we don't realize.
Mm-hmm. I feel like as a mom too, you get that feeling that like you're doing all of this work and nobody is seeing it, nobody is appreciating it. But really and truly, like your kids, while they're not noticing all that you're doing, like that is shaping them as human beings and shaping their childhood. And so what you are doing is like it's unseen, and they're not like noticing like, oh, you're doing all this work just for me, but it will make their childhood good, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right. And even as somebody that doesn't have kids yet, I'm not a mother. As I've gotten older, I can see the difference between like what my mom, excuse me, I could see the difference between like what my mom did and what she even still does. Like growing up, I remember, I mean, heck, she worked a full-time job and homeschooled us and ran the house. But she specifically picked a job where she worked nights so that she could still homeschool us during the day.
Wow.
So it's like,
it's a big sacrifice.
It is. And as a kid, like, you don't realize it, and you're almost, because I remember like understanding that as a kid, but not fully grasping it because you're a kid and you're like, well, I mean, yeah, you, in one hand, yes, like that is a huge deal and a huge sacrifice. But on the other hand, you're like, well, I didn't ask to be born. So yeah, this was your decision, my dude. But like also that as you get older, there's so many like different ways that she could have gone about that. She could have stuck me in public school and me and Austin in public school and like gone and worked a 9 to 5 and like, whatever. It could have been several different like options that she had that she could have done. She could have not worked and we would have struggled and probably lost our house at some point. But she didn't. She did what worked best for what she wanted for us. She homeschooled us so that we would have the values that she wanted us to have, and we would understand and learn better than the public school system had at the time around us, because I was put into public school when I was younger, and because I was put into public school at a young age, and like I remember mom saying that I came out knowing less than I did when I went in. And yeah, that's great, public school system. Like that sounds, yeah. So she didn't obviously she didn't want that for us. She wanted us to, be smart, even though, it's kind of questionable some days. But she wanted us to be able to learn well and to be able to go through life with a good education, or at least better than what was, available around us. And in order to do that, she had to homeschool us. And in order to homeschool us, she had to work nights because we couldn't afford for her not to work.
When did this woman sleep?
She didn't. So I remember specifically.
Gotta ask her what coffee she was drinking.
Yeah. So I remember me and Austin would do our schoolwork. There was when she would come home and sleep. But we would be downstairs doing our schoolwork and she would be upstairs asleep. I remember us being we would fight because of course we were kids. We were stuck in the same house all the time, like just talking to each other because we couldn't drive. So like when she was asleep and dad was at work, we were stuck in the house.
Yeah.
And of course we weren't allowed to wander around the neighborhood because we might get kidnapped. There's the protective side.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically several times when we would fight, we would be screaming at each other, but we would be scream whispering because we couldn't wake mom up. Because if we woke mom up, we're dead.
Oh,
but,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that rule.
Yeah. But I mean, seriously, we were literally like afraid, terrified to wake her up, but we would be yelling at each other, but in a whisper. It was so
Kinda
funny.
Like my laugh earlier.
Yeah. But literally, we'd be like, sorry, that's beautiful. Yeah, but it was. But all of that massive side note to say, she did everything that she could to do the best for us, and you don't understand it until you're an adult.
And like being a mom myself, I look at my kids and I'm like, it hits so hard. I'm like, this is how my mother felt about me. And like, I didn't realize it in the time, but this is how it felt about me. Like, you guys obviously know my mom is dead. And my youngest brother, his name is Johnny. She loved the Waltons. So she would always call him John Boy. If y'all seen the Waltons, right? On her deathbed, mind you, this woman, the whole week was a blur. I'm pretty sure she went to the hospital Sunday night, Monday morning-ish, somewhere in there. And then she was dead by Thursday. But she was in the hospital for maybe a few hours before they put her in a coma to just let her die. And one of the last things she said, she was laying on her deathbed and she said, "Where's my little John Boy?" Even in death, she was making sure her kids were okay, which is like, I'm like, that's the mom I want to be. But
That's the mom you are.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks. I love you. I love you. You're gonna make me cry.
I know. You know what the hardest part too was? Johnny was 12 when she died. And so Logan's age, which hits me really hard when I look at Logan. I was like, that was Johnny. Like, I couldn't imagine leaving Logan now.
Right.
But that was Johnny. And his birthday's in May. And so she died in March. He turned 13 in May. His 13th birthday landed on Mother's Day that year.
Oh my gosh.
The most traumatic day. Like, that kid was supposed to be excited to turn 13. And instead, he's like, my birthday's on Mother's Day and my mom died 2 months ago.
Oh my God.
Anyway, let's segue somewhere else.
Okay, let's see here. Not everyone has the same story, and this is important. Not everyone has a close relationship with their mom. Not everyone has a nurturing or safe experience. Some people are grieving their moms. Some people are healing from them. Some are becoming the kind of mother that they needed. So if that's you, this conversation includes you too. Celebrating motherhood doesn't have to mean ignoring your truth. Now, on a lighter note, what are ways that we celebrate our mothers or are celebrated as mothers that actually matter?
So for us growing up, We always celebrated mom by just kind of doing whatever she wanted. So, like Mother's Day, we would send flowers to our grandmothers, and then we would do whatever mom wanted. So sometimes it was clean the house, sometimes it was go to church and have a picnic after. Like it just kind of depended. Sometimes it was leave her the heck alone. And we did that. We would just go hang out with dad. But we always growing up, we always celebrated the mothers in the thick of it, the ones that are currently in the trenches, raising their kids. Not that like the grandmothers and the ones that are finished raising their kids aren't important. Like I said, we would always send them flowers, send them cards. We would go see them, but it was always separate from the mothers who are in the thick of it because what they need more of a break to me than the ones that have already finished raising their kids. Like they're already done. They've already been through it. Mm-hmm. At this point, celebrate the moms that are in it. Respect, obviously, and like celebrate the grandmothers as well. But the moms that are in the thick of it are the ones that need that recognition in the moment.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like for myself, like I want to be celebrated as the mom, and it's hard to. I feel like for myself, like it's hard to be celebrated as a mom and then go see my mom and then his mom and his stepmom and everybody feel all celebrated on the same day.
Right.
So I feel like it's as a mom, it's easier for me to say like I really want to do this with you guys, like with Andrew and Rosie, like as me being the mother, and then we can like you said, like send flowers, send texts, like still appreciate those people who are important and who did raise us and raise Andrew, you know. But as a mom, like I want to be a little selfish and I want to be the one that's celebrated, yes. You know, right. And feel celebrated.
When you're in the thick of it, absolutely. You want people to stop and realize what you're going through because being a mother is hard. It is hard and rewarding. For me personally, my ideal is to go on a picnic with the kids. I love being outside. I don't want to pack the picnic. I want them or my husband to pack the picnic. Let's just go outside and spend the day together. Honestly, realistically, if I was able to get all the moms in the family together, like a brunch with all the moms without the kids. But realistically, that would never happen.
Right.
But that would be ideal if we could get everybody together just to celebrate just the moms and the moms go out together and have a day together. But right now in my season of life, I just want a picnic. I want to go outside, not have to. I want to get out of the house because when I'm in the house, I want to think of chores. I want to get out of the house.
Right.
I love that. I love being outside too, so that sounds like a perfect idea.
Yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Just make sure Andrew packs the picnic, not you.
That part. I want to. There you go. I want to just point out something that you said, how the mothers don't necessarily get recognized all the time throughout the year. And I do feel like that's kind of the point of Mother's Day is the mothers that are in the trenches getting recognized for all the work that they do, since obviously they do so much that is unrecognized in the moment. Mother's Day is to take that day to the side to celebrate. Oh, you do so much for the family and you do so much for the kids and for your spouse and everything, that this is just the day that, although we celebrate you throughout the year, this is the day that we specifically set aside to think of you and to celebrate you and to give you flowers, give you a nice picnic, something like that. And same thing with Father's Day. But a lot of the time I feel like mothers do so much, most mothers do so much that it's like it does go unnoticed.
I feel like a lot of mothers, it's the mental load.
Yes.
That we've talked about this before. But the mental load of like, yes, Elena needs to be picked up by 6. And yes, Patrick can go pick her up by 6. But and so daycare ends at 6:30. After school ends at 6. So if it's Patrick's day to pick up the kids, for some reason he can never remember which child needs to be picked up first by what time their school gets out. So like that's a mental load. Like, yes, you're taking that off my plate of going to pick them up and I don't have to, but I still have the mental load of making sure he remembers what deadlines are and what kid to go pick up first. So even if dads are to be celebrated, dads are fabulous as well, but moms carry the mental load of the house, I feel like.
I agree with that. Especially, I feel like a lot of men are just like we just carry so much in our brains. And I saw this one post on Instagram, like literally the other day. What?
I love Instagram.
Me too. A little too much, that's why I have to log out. But I saw this one post, and this lady was talking about like mom brain and like being forgetful, but it's not really being forgetful. It's all of the things that we have to keep in our brains at the same time, plus postpartum, that it makes it feel like we're in this brain fog, and like I feel like I can't remember anything, but it's because we're trying to remember so much. Like Rosie needs to nap at this time, Rosie needs to wake up at this time, Rosie needs to eat at this time, Rosie needs to go to bed at this time, and it's just all these things packed into your brain, all like for your children and for yourself and for your marriage and hanging out with people, like work for you guys, like it's so many things that are just packed into our brains that it just makes you seem forgetful, but you're not. You just having to remember all these important things that other things get actually forgotten.
Yeah. Okay. So other than just picnics, what are small gifts, small things that people could be doing this year to show their mom love and celebrate them?
Y'all tell me, because I'm not a mom, so I don't know.
Well, like for your mom.
Yeah.
I need ideas. Hello.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Keep up, guys.
I would say just let her know how much you appreciate everything she did. Words go a long way.
I also like intentional time, like spending, like you you guys tend to go shopping together often, you know, like spending that intentional time and being present with her in that moment probably means a lot to her.
There. Thank you.
Okay.
Preach.
So if you were a man listening to this, we want to take a moment to just let you guys know what could be very helpful. That let your wife know that she is doing a great job. Even the days that she's overwhelmed, grouchy, touched out, you don't know what's going on, and she seems very argumentative, just let her know she's doing a great job, because sometimes the kids don't always let her know. So you tell her that for you. Just remember that she is shaping their lives. She is building humans for you, and she's giving them a love that matters more than they will understand in this time. And she needs your support through this. And
Beautiful.
it's very powerful.
Preach it, sister.
Y'all ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yeah.
Okay, come here.
Okay. So what is one thing your mom taught you that stuck with you?
Beauty is pain.
Oh.
Be patient.
Oh.
Always cook enough food for extras, because you never know who might stop in for dinner.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
When was the last time you genuinely thanked her? I can't, because she's dead.
Whoa.
Dark humor there.
Whoa.
The only way to get through it.
At Easter, because she brought me an Easter basket.
Oh, that's so sweet of her.
Probably she's at my house right now watching Rosie, so I'm gonna go home and thank her right now.
To-do list.
Yes, on my to-do list.
What's something you understand now that you didn't as a kid?
Curfew.
When mom says you can't hang out with a certain friend, she has a reason.
100%.
That definitely, yeah. I would say tracking my phone, tracker on my phone.
Oh yes.
Tracking where you're at.
Beautiful.
Who is a mother figure in your life right now?
My mom.
My mom.
Good answers. I currently don't have one. My
You
mom
can
and
have my mom.
my backup mother
Yes.
figure, they're both dead.
You can have my mom.
Oh, I'll take her. Perfect.
We can share.
What's one way you can show appreciation this week? Put flowers on their graves. Sorry.
Dark humor again. It's beautiful.
Sorry, guys.
Put flour
On her table.
cover her in flour. Like the baking kind.
If you're a mom, what do you need more of right now? money to buy a maid.
I second that. I feel like
the motion.
I feel like my own personal time,
Mhm.
like while she's not asleep.
Yeah.
I'm not a mom. I don't count.
You do count. You will be a mom. You're just taking notes.
Oh yeah,
What cycle are you proud of breaking?
the water cycle. Sorry.
My cycle. That's why I have kids.
That was beautiful. I can't.
What cycle have I broken?
May period.
I don't feel like my parents were really good parents, so I don't feel like they had a cycle that I had to break. You know, I don't know.
I feel like I broke a bunch of Bob Jones cycles, but if my dad ever listens to this, I can't.
Is he gonna listen to it?
No, probably not. Okay. What are some cycles you're proud of breaking? I feel like my mother did a wonderful job of raising me to love the Lord, but I feel like I've broken the cycle of feeling like you have to be super religious in order to have a relationship with God, that you can have a relationship with God anywhere. And I'm teaching that to my kids.
Everybody, my thought on that is that everybody sins. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody
has
has
mistakes.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
when you said that.
I was like, oh, I gotta sing now. But no, I done lost my train of thought there. Everybody's a sinner. We all suck. Yeah,
Everybody
so-
has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That's literally a Bible verse.
Exactly.
Me
And so
too.
I'm so proud
that
of you.
was beautiful.
I'm proud of me too.
That was beautiful. But like on that note, like you're gonna make mistakes, and so you don't have to be the perfect Christian. Nobody's the perfect Christian. The only perfect person was Jesus. You know. So
Yeah.
Preach.
thank you. Huh.
Well, you guys want to?
Build a snowman?
I too.
You wanna build a snowman?
Do you guys want to do another listener question?
Yes.
Yes.
I think we have one more.
we do.
If you guys want to get featured on the podcast, throw in the questions. You can wait for the reel to post on, or the story to post where we ask the questions, or you can just shoot us a message when you think of something, and we will try to get to them as many as we can.
The listener question that we're answering on this episode is from Andrew. What are your dreams and or goals?
To be a mom. For me, that's genuinely my one of my goals is to be a mom at some point. Another, I guess, kind of along with that is to have a job that I can do from home, which would be this podcast. If we can, get to a point to where I can quit my job and just do the work for the podcast, that would be a dream come true, if I'm being honest.
That is what I was going to say, is to have this podcast be the job.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I feel like one of my dreams and goals is to build into my neighborhood and my community. I just kind of want to start to get to know my neighbors and build kind of like a rapport with everybody, and like more of a community than a wave at a neighbor that you don't know their name.
See, I am too antisocial for that. That is a beautiful goal. I can't do that. I'm too antisocial.
You made me think
for
of
that.
Mr. Rogers.
I'll do that.
At the end of the day, mothers are not perfect, but the love, effort, and impact they have, it runs deep. So however this episode lands for you, with gratitude, reflection, healing, or even grief, take a moment to honor that. Tell people you love them, give flowers while you still can, and while they can still smell them, and stay dramatic every single day.
Always.
Always.
Beautiful.
You've just survived another episode of Thrice the Drama. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss the chaos. And if you liked today's episode, send it to your group chat. We'll be back next week with more girl talk, more honesty, and obviously more drama.
Bye.